lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. Vanessa here from Tulip. Good to see you. What I'm going to do today is a little bit different. Where I am is a little bit different. I've got you further up the sewing room. A little while ago I had a week off work, and I mentioned that I'd added another calyx unit. So this is a slightly different view of the sewing room. I appreciate the light is not great, but I'm doing this in the evening. I've just kind of gone with the spontaneity tonight. So I am standing because I've got quite a lot around me that I want to show you. First things first, what am I wearing? None of it's me made. I am in my pyjamas. I have got a bra on underneath for decency's sake, just in case anybody was concerned. But these are my Peter Alexander pyjamas that I get sent to me from Australia, which sounds incredibly exotic. My brother, sister-in-law and family live over in Brisbane, and for probably about the past 10-15 years they send me my pyjamas. It started off as a gift one year. I believe now they are available in the UK, but hey, why would you do that when you can get them directly from Brisbane? They have a huge outlet store near where my sister-in-law lives in Brisbane, so she gets them really cheap, piles them all up, sends them on to me. But what I might do, see how it goes, I might pop a few things on. I do have some makes to show you, but what I more wanted to do was address something that was left in a comment on one of my previous vlogs, about somebody who was saying that she would love for me to share any advice and guidance I could give on styles, patterns, because she was really struggling with a change in her shape due to perimenopause and menopause. So what I'm going to do is pull out some of the patterns that I've used that I feel are a good fit. And I don't mean fit as in fit, good fit as in they blend well with the requirements of you if your shape has changed a little bit or you're going through other symptoms. I will start off with my recent makes, and there is a bit of an overlap, obviously, because I am making these to suit where I am in this journey in the hopes that they will suit others. So let's get on to what I have made recently. Well, the first one is this. Now, I might have shown you this before, but I'll show you it again because you're going to see everything, because there's nothing other than the few makes. A lot of what I'm going to show you is going to be things you've seen before, but it is relevant to what we're talking about. Anyway, so this is the third version that I have made of the Kashmir Irving dress. This is now it was sold as a viscose jersey, but it is not viscose. The best way I can describe it is like a very thick pair of opaque tights. And I actually laddered one of them, so yes, very much like that. Anyway, regardless, it's beautiful. I'm not criticising it. It's an absolutely gorgeous, glorious fabric, very slinky, very drapey. I'll pop, if I can remember, I'll pop a picture here of me in one of the dresses. Now, if you hang fire 2 seconds, because I have got... Okay, so I'm thinking one of them must be in the wash because it's not here. So this was the first one I did. Now, this one was done in a proper viscose jersey. It was a little bit thicker. I'm just going to, oops, drop that one. Dropped on the dog. Sorry, Looney. Sorry, I've got Luna in here with me. So if you hear any funny noises or licking, it's the dog. She does like a good lick fest. So this was the first one that I did. Now, the pattern has got pockets in it. I did the pockets on this first one because of the weight of the fabric, because it's a nice, really nice weighted viscose jersey. If I remember rightly, I got this from Pound Fabrics. I think it was about £5-6 a metre. It takes 2.7 metres in my size, which I do like a hybrid 1820 with the EF bust option, and it takes about 2.7 metres. Now this is as the pattern, I'm going to come forward so you can see that. This is as the pattern lies. I'm going to put my hand there so you can see the difference between the back and the front. So the front does scoop down quite a bit. It's very pretty, and there is options that you can make ties that are loose, that you can sort of like, I don't know, anchor it down to your bra strap should you want to. It sits on me, I'm going to say high of my belly button, which is actually a really flattering point. I'm going to press pause and I'm going to pop it on so I can explain that a bit more. What you're also going to notice is I will be changing colour as we do this, because my sewing room gets very warm and putting clothes on and off heats me up. So if I come in now, if I show you this bit here, this is where the bodice attaches to the skirt, and it's got a little tiny little bit of a dip, just very soft dip there at the front, but because it sits high, so right, there's my belly button and this is the waistband. So it's all very fitted and shaped around the boobs here. It isn't the greatest bra, granted, it's just the one I've had on today, nice and comfy. But what you'll see here is I've got a very definite coming in of my shape. If I go that way, I've also got a very goey outy. Anyway, I've got shape coming in here, and then I kind of like widen back out because I've got big hips as well. So what this does is it maximizes that narrow point on me that is above where this has all gone to rat poo. All right. What I want first and foremost is to look presentable. I want to feel comfortable, as in physically comfortable, i.e. if I'm sweating cobs, I want something to be loose, floating. If I am bloating throughout the day, which, let's face it, ladies, you know it happens virtually all the time, I want to know my clothing is not going to restrict me, make me feel more uncomfortable. So I want that, just, that physical comfort in what I'm wearing, as well as, feminine comfort. I want to feel like I am still, a woman. I still want to look pretty. I still want to feel pretty and attractive and any of those things. And if that offends anybody, I'm sorry, but listen, this is my site and this is how I feel. I used to think that I was relatively attractive. I never thought I was ugly. I never thought I was amazingly beautiful, but I thought, I scrubbed up well, which I think if we can say that, so I'll take that if I scrub up well. And I had a curvy figure. I always had excess, but it was in proportion. And then overnight something changed, and it does knock your confidence when you suddenly feel that you are not who or where you used to be. I'm going to tell you, ladies, it is a time. You will move through that. I am at a point now that I am okay with where I am. I wear everything as as a marker of the life I have led and I have been through, as we all have. We've all had things to endure, happy, sad, challenging, whatever. And who I am now is a culmination of all those things. So I am not going to get angry at my body for where it is now. I am just going to work with it. So I made this one two, maybe 3 years ago, and I absolutely love this, and I'm just waiting for the right fabric to come my way again before I make another one. This is the Jennifer Lauren handmade Kinfolk dress. Again, it's a fantastic pattern because it does come in cup sizes, so if you have got bigger boobs, then you can work through that and you can get a beautiful fit. This is nice. There are no zips, no buttons. If I come forward, it's got a nice flat section, little flat yoke at the front, but then it's all elasticated around the back. It's got a little belt tie detail that comes from that yoke section to tie at the back, which just again cinches you in. Nice princess seaming across the bust which again gives you lovely shape, and it's just got like a little grown on, oh no, it's actually, yes it is, it's a grown on cap sleeve, nice wide sort of boat neck collar. It's just really, really easy to wear. It always looks so pretty. Got pockets, and it's like more of an A-line style skirt, so the front is quite flat, obviously gathers at the back, but it's more of an A-line shape. I just love this one. The fabric, as I said, this is the Chickachita from Guthrie Ghani. I think there's new variations available now, but the quality of the viscose is absolutely divine. This is, I always feel fantastic in this dress. I wear it to work quite a lot, and it's very floaty, very drapey, very cool. But I only have one of these, so I can't show you any more of them. My bad. Now, the next one, I have made two, one of them quite recently, and of all of the dresses, this is the one that I love the most and will be making lots more. Let me quickly grab. And it was a surprise to me, and it's the Closet Core Knix dress. This was the first one I made, and this is in, it's actually quite a heavy viscose from Rainbow Fabrics. What I'm going to do is pop some photographs in because I'm kind of overheating now, so I don't want to keep on dressing and changing, and every time I put a new dress on, the dog thinks we're going for a WALK. So yeah, this again is a really nice one to help that shape. It's got a V-neck, the buttons up the front, which you don't actually need to use because there's plenty of room just to slip it on over your head. Elasticated waist, there's a channel in here, and you know, you could make it as loose or as tight. I have mine quite loose actually. With this one I did do the sleeves as recommended lengthwise. It's a little bit shorter, this one, because I was limited to fabric availability. I got this in, you know, as a almost like a remnant when they were at the show at Harrogate. But when I put that one on, it felt fantastic. So much so, when I went to Ascot this year, I knew straight away that that was the pattern I was going to use. And here is Knix number 2. This one is way longer because I had 5 meters of this fabric, so I could do all of the tiers exactly as suggested. This is in a viscose chalet, which is a much lighter version of a viscose, and in 30-degree heat at Ascot, this was absolutely phenomenal to wear. I did do a little sleeve hack here. I knew I didn't want long sleeves because I wanted to be able to wear this one summer, winter. So what I did for this, as I explained in the previous vlog, is slash and spread to open up the sleeve head to add some volume, so it had a bit more poof. Cut it right down to the short sleeve option as if you were going to make the top version of this, and just hemmed it back and ran, 2 lines of shearing elastic. For version 3, when it comes along, I am planning to either pop bows here instead of the buttons. I'm also thinking about a way of doing a bit of a ruffle collar just to add a bit of interest, and also to see if I can do a wider channel at the waist. Yeah, just for a bit of difference, just to, you know, change it up a little bit. I do want to make some of these for the autumn for work because I think it's just such a gorgeous dress. And it's just got, yes, it's got a lot of fabric, but it's got a lot of movement. It's very cool to wear, and I'll pop the pictures in and show you. But again, it's that slightly above your waist, and this is something when it comes to what flatters, what should I wear, you're generally going to, what you have to decide is how you like it to look and what feels comfortable. I kind of have to accept that things are going to look better on me with that higher waist, so it's it's like the narrowest part, the waistband of the dress is coming at my narrowest part, which right now is about 6 inches higher than it used to be. It certainly ain't round here anymore. Trousers are still round here because I like to feel them round. Now, if I do, forgive me if this offends you, but if I show you where my PJ bottoms are, literally right on my belly button, that's where I like to feel my waistband, which is why I have had a bit of a struggle with wearing dress waistbands so much higher, because it doesn't feel right. I like to be here, but I've accepted that this just works better, and when I'm moving around at work, it finds that spot anyway. So there we go. What have I got next I can show you? This is a pretty dress, but I don't like it on me. This is the So Different Tulip dress. This is a version with a cap sleeve. It's like a grown-on cap sleeve, but it also comes with a kind of like 3/4 lantern sleeve effect. It's got a pleat detail here, nice big darts. It's a really interesting pattern, and it was actually a very enjoyable making. This is the second one I've made. It's got pockets, and then at the bottom there's like a secondary band that draws it in, so you've got that delicate tulip shape. This was a Beyond the Pink Door Think Pink Box fabric, and it's gorgeous, it's stunning. I wish I hadn't made this dress up in it because it should have been a skirt. I saw Julie Makes Her Own Clothes made, I think it was the Maeve skirt that she sewed up in this because she wasn't sure about the fabric, and the skirt looked lovely. And I wish I had waited and kept it for a skirt, because the Kashmir Club have just released a bias cut skirt pattern which I think would have looked beautiful in it. But hey ho, as sewists we do these things. We have successes, we have failures. I haven't worn this. I'm not going to wear this. There's nothing wrong with it. It isn't the combination of this kind of floral and this dress is just not working in my head. It's giving me images that I can't shake. But the actual style of the dress is very pretty. This is the standard size 22, no modifications. So if anybody is watching this and would like this dress, please get in touch. I'm going to pop a picture of it here of me wearing it so you can see it in all its glory. It's quite short. It comes to sort of just above knee level, so it's more like a long tunic-y style. But yes, this is also a very good one, and if it's a style that you like, then it might be for you. But this was a make that I did make quite recently. Another make that I've made quite recently, which has been a success, is the new Sew Over It pattern, and it's the Mallerie dress. Now, I saw Alison from Sew Like Dottie make it when the pattern was released, and I fell in love immediately. This fabric is a cotton voile that I got from Rachel's D-Stash a little while ago, and this was my wearable toile, and it is a very, very wearable toile. If I come forward, you can actually see how it's falling in this weird effect. This is actually the bust dart. It is a very unusual construction. You can see the V shape here, and then centre seam down here. There's a little bit of shape to the strap at the back, and I've gone for the sheared back option just because I wanted minimal fitting, and then you just stitch the buttons straight through and onto the back. This is actually how it's supposed to look. If I can, I'll pop a picture of the pattern in. I had to line it with just a plain cotton voile because I didn't have enough of the fabric, because it was from a D-Stash. But as soon as I saw the pattern, I knew this fabric would just be glorious in it. And again, it is just such a very pretty one to wear, light and floaty. You'll see here it's got 3 inverted box pleats. I can't tell you how flattering on they are. It just sits beautifully. Again, it's that slightly higher waistline of the skirt. It just works. What I'm finding with this one's a little bit looser, but what I'm finding for me is fit to the top, because generally speaking, even if your boobs suddenly get massive overnight, most of us are pretty comfortable with the top half of us. It's this going on that is where we get knocked a little bit. So dresses like this, where it's all focused on fitting the top and then gently flaring away from the body, skimming the hips, skimming the waist, is a really good option. This dress was an absolute delight to make. As I said, this was my wearable toile. There will be more, maybe not this year, because I think we are kind of coming to the end of it now. But yeah, the Mallerie dress by Sew Over It is definitely going to be remade again next year. Now, I have got a few other bits and pieces. T-shirts. Now, I did show you a t-shirt last time, the purple one, which is the Envie dress t-shirt option by Coralie Bijoson. Let me bring Norma over, because it glares a bit because it's in white. So I needed some plain tops or plain bottoms to kind of like mix and match, because I was finding that everything was like, if I was going for separates, everything was patterned, so it was all just clashing a bit much. So I made the purple one, and this is the white one. I needed just a plain white one. However, I was not paying attention when I was making this. This was meant to have little sleeves on it as well, but I got carried away and ended up stitching it up for the sleeveless version. Which, you know what, it's okay. It fits perfectly. It's an actual, the fit of this is superb. I love it. It's got nice underbust detailing, nice little knot detail. But again, if I kind of like loosen her up, she's sticking a bit to the mannequin. You can see it's that kind of like softly flared A-line shape. So it's just gently skimming from under the bust line and out, so it's not a clingy t-shirt. Again, I will be making a lot more of these because they're smart, they're comfortable to wear, they're flattering, they're feminine, they're cool. I didn't even bother doing a hem on this one. I literally just overlocked it, and I have been wearing this for work because it's very, as I say, it's very light, very breezy. So that's that. So yeah, so that's, hopefully that's been helpful. So I've got a few more, but I'm aware that this video is getting quite long now, and I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. But yeah, so hopefully that can be a bit helpful for you. If you're interested in more detail of anything, just leave comments. One last thing before I go, because it's sitting there in the corner and you'll be going, what is that? Can we just take a moment? Let me just zip it up, because it has actually got tomorrow's lunch in it. I'm doing a promo with Ellie and Mac that's going to start this Wednesday, and this was my choice, and it's the Ellie and Mac Take a Break lunch bag. I've made a bestie bag in this gold. This is the gold faux leather from Jenny Stitches, and this black leather I got free from Nicole Lacon. She popped it up on her site last year sometime, and it's like a black leatherette, and I had a job for it, and there was some left over, so I've combined the two to make this. It's fully insulated, this lunch bag. It's the first time that I've used insulated wadding. First time I've used Bondaweb to fix it all together, so a huge learning curve. Only my second time using a continuous zip. It's just what I had available. It has there's lots of options for this. You could do inside pockets, you can do slip pockets. So there's two little slip pockets at the front. You can have a zipped pocket, you can do a welt pocket. I didn't do anything on the back because it's just my lunch bag. I don't need that. It is fully lined. Let's see if I can show you without spilling my dinner. So it's fully lined, and it's done so like you do your pieces together and then bind it. And my zip is, so the lining, the zip, the little dragonfly was all from Studio 77 bag maker's box kit. So yeah, that's my new lunch bag. As I say, stay tuned because I'll be showing it more on the web from Wednesday, but I just wanted to pop that in there as well. So yeah, so I'm going to wrap up. I'm probably going to edit load of this out. Forgive me for thinking, because I've had the dog in here, there's hair and it's all up my nose and everywhere. I think there's some cobwebs as well, those little cellar spiders webbing in my room. So yeah, anyway, lovely to see you all again. As I say, I know it's been a while, so hopefully I'm like getting back on track again. Any comments, any feedback, please drop them in the comment box below. Please give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're still following me and you still like joining me in my room. Tell me if you like my new vantage point. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm at 850. I'm not far away from that magic 1000. I cannot tell you at this point how amazing it would be if I reached 1000. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Share this out, get your friends to follow me as well. I would really appreciate that. If you want me to cover anything for you, bag making, dress making, knicker making, stay tuned. There is going to be a big knicker making focus coming up very shortly. Yeah, so anyway, hope you're all well. Look after yourselves, be kind to yourself, and I shall see you soon.